Good morning, fellow option traders. This is Jeff, and welcome to the daily scan for Thursday, May 30th, 2013. Well, a couple of exciting announcements here before the market opens. At 8:30, you have GDP and jobless claims. And then later on in the day, we have pending home sales and the petroleum status report. Less impacting than these at 8:30. So that should be interesting. So how is that going to affect us? We don't know, but it may affect us or it may not affect us. You just never know. I will say though, looking at the market this morning, we're looking at a flat open, and gold is popped above 1400 for the first time in a while, and oil is pulled away from that 95 level, and it's pulled down to just a little below 93 right now. So that's sort of interesting to see what's going on here with gold. Let's take a look at the ES, since we peeked at that chart yesterday and talked about it a little bit. We're still undetermined here what's going to happen. We have a period of apparent consolidation here, a battle between the bulls and the bears, and we shall wait to see which way this ends up, who wins the fight, at least for this particular round. Okay, so Apple, my mistake by the lake here. Got a couple of suggestions from some viewers on what I could do about it, but really the way that I trade anyway is that I usually don't roll or adjust or do any sort of other funny manipulations. If a trade goes wrong and I make a mistake, I usually want to get out of it because it hurts to look at it. That's one reason. Another reason is it could be worse. I mean, if you throw more money at it, or make an adjustment or whatever you might decide to do, and it goes bad, you have to consider what might happen then. So rather than add more risk to this, I'll probably just close these longs out here that are sitting at 455. Right now, I could get $3.27 for them, which would end up being about a $4 loss. So that one is going to hurt. Looking at the Apple chart, can't determine what this might do. Of course, if it opens today and it just goes on a tear up, I'm going to hang on and see how much I can recover. Alright, let's look at the rest of our positions. So for those of you that looked at your Thinkorswim account yesterday, at least on this particular platform, on the, I think technically it's called Think Desktop, or the Thinkorswim trading application, they screwed up the data something royal yesterday, and I had a really hard time keeping track of what was in trouble and what wasn't in trouble. Turns out, fortunately, they fixed it overnight, and I'm not really in trouble except for Google. So we'll take a look at Google. Everything else is not too bad. So a little concerned about Google. This candle yesterday, not a pretty candle for my 440 or 845 bull put here. But I'm not going to panic at this time. I'm just going to keep an eye on it, and I think I'm going to throw an alert on here just to let me know if something goes bad. And That's how we're going to keep an eye on that particular one today. If the market stays sort of flat and all my positions stay sort of flat, then I'm going to be happy for today. Okay, since we didn't do a scan yesterday, we're going to do one today. Alright, we'll go back and take another look at Apple from adding to a position perspective, and this consolidation of price in here and flattening out of the moving average is going to keep me away from a directional trade on this right off the bat, just looking at price without even looking down here at any of the additional indicators. Amazon is doing hunky-dory, you could say, or that's what I'm saying anyway. It's pretty flat right now, no directional trade. We're in the iron condor right now. We'll just sit and collect some money on that. Baidu is doing just fine. We are in an uptrend. We just got a hook up here. This is really a secondary entry. We didn't get %K or %D to get below this white line at 20, which is the way that we like to have it, at least more similar to the way things look down here. We didn't get it here, so this could be a secondary entry, you know, for like a delta under 20. But I'm not sure that, like for June expiration or any of the weeklies, you really can't get a lot of money out of that. So it actually increases your risk if you're not going to collect a decent amount of credit on it. So that would be a bit of a more riskier trade. Celgene. Alright, we are in an uptrend and currently in price consolidation, wiggling around this 9-day average, or the 9 moving average. This is not exponential, this is just a regular moving average. And we're just hanging around there. We're in an uptrend, so we're having a consolidation period here as well. I marked this as a secondary entry point. I didn't get in. That was the day that alerts were alerting me. I mean, it's like, it sounded like church with all the bells that were ringing. So I took a pass on this particular one. So there's nothing there for an additional entry on that. CF Industries. Not concerned about this particular one here. Fortunately, we were able to get a strike that was pretty far away. We have another $10 to move yet on this before our trade is in jeopardy. But on the other hand, we are coming up to our 80 line here on the stochastic, so price may take a rest once it gets up here, as it did here. It shot up pretty nicely and then took a rest and slid back down, and maybe it will do the same thing again, although this is a higher low and we may end up with a higher high. We will see. Chipotle, we're in a currently in a June bull put. Nothing to worry about there right now. It's at 355. Doesn't even show up on this chart. Made a nice move yesterday and the day before. So we're doing pretty good on this one right now. Oh, is there another entry here? Well, there was a secondary entry. Another one where the alert went off, but I'm going to take this off because it no longer applies and we're not looking for an entry on that at this time. GLD. Probably going to gap up this morning. we got in on the based on the weekly, so I'm going to leave this target here. No other entry for going with a bear play on this at this time. Google, we already looked at it. Come on, we're in an uptrend. I have an alert on here in case we get in trouble. There might be another entry opportunity here. We're just going to keep an eye on it. Let's see here. Just out of curiosity, what's going on overnight with Google? Nothing, really. Google's not really an aftermarket or pre-market big seller like Apple is. I don't know why, but maybe because they're not on enough international exchanges. I really don't know. But it looks pretty flat right now. Goldman. Okay, this alert triggered as well. This might be a opportunity to get in, but really I'm overly extended right now, so I need to hold off on any new trades for myself. But if you want to, you can slap an alert on this around 163 or so, and if it triggers, you may want to get in with a bull put on this for a directional trade. Me, I'm taking a pass. We have a lot of all the indicators are looking really good. Momentum is moving up on the long-term chart, and it also is moving up on the short-term chart or the mid-term chart. So that's looking pretty good. And I hear banks are supposed to do real good too. LinkedIn, a little bit of a concern here. I have an alert in case it goes bad. But based on this candle yesterday, I feel like as though it may just move up today. And let's see where we might be sitting. 168, 174. It may gap up at the open today. All right, is there a opportunity to hook up again on this? We have a moving average that just rolled over here, so I'm not seeing anything for a directional trade on LinkedIn. MasterCard, another one where an alert went off. This is pretty sweet looking indicator right here. Average is moving up. Short-term average is moving up. Stochastic came down, and percent D definitely did a nice dip below the 20, and percent K just about touched it. So that's looking pretty good. For another entry. We're already in it. We got in it a while ago, so that one's looking pretty good. Netflix. Another one that we're in, but this one is not looking very strong right now either, although it did have sort of a positive day yesterday. And what are we looking at possibly for today? Can't determine. Midpoint here is right about where our last was at the close yesterday, so not seeing any indication of how it may move today at this point. Priceline. Average moving up. We had a hook here. And it's failing. So I'm glad we didn't jump in on Priceline at this point. So our average is moving up, so we'd be looking for a hook down here. But the hook that did happen failed. We have momentum pulling back. Momentum pulling back. So not a real inviting trade right there. PNRA, average is moving up. Nice opportunity here for a secondary entry, and if I unload Apple today, I may jump into PNRA just because everything here is looking pretty good. I'll have to think about that. So what I will do is put an alert on PNRA, just like around here. I think that's a pretty good price. At or above, that sounds good. So we might get in on that, but only if I get out of Apple. And last but not least, Visa. We're in on Visa. We had a secondary entry opportunity here. This was the big gap up day and moved down. Visa participated in that fully. This may be another opportunity to add on to this trade if you're interested in it. Me, I'm going to take a pass. I'll take a pass on it. Too many other things that don't look very happy to me here. We have momentum moving down, stochastic heading down, momentum, short-term momentum moving down, momentum average might roll over here. Definitely rolled over along this path here. So I'm going to take a pass on V for today as well. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for today. Thanks for watching. Have a great day and happy trading.